Hello guys and welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley. I have a tiger behind me and I'm scared. He is always hungry. He's looking at me like I'm his prey. I don't like it, but I have to live with this. Alright, so I made a video about my favorite changes in the new update. The things that they did absolutely right. Like windows, lighting, new improved sound effects, bunch of bug fixes. However, there is a few changes that are actually really bad, and I want to talk today about it. I've been collecting a lot of data from the comments, from social media, from people just commenting about the new update, and there is a lot of things that actually a lot of people don't like at all. We're gonna start with thing number one. Even though most sound effects are improved now, certain sound effects got worse. For example, NPC experience going up while you're watering or harvesting. Apparently, there is a new sound effect and people find it extremely annoying. Let's try it out. People saying it sounds like a drill, like a dentist drill. I can see it's not the most pleasant effect, but I don't really see that big of a deal. Let's try harvesting. Yeah, it's a little bit. I don't really remember the effect that was before, but it's not amazing, to be honest. Especially, I bet if you harvest a whole 500 pumpkin field, this can get a little bit annoying. But this is a small change. Speaking of sound effects, I probably won't be able to demonstrate it right now, but the minigame, when there is like a bunch of stuff flying around, like coins or pumpkins, and you have to collect them within certain time, is still broken, but in my opinion it got even worse because now we don't have a music at all. Before the melody was playing while the things already disappeared, now the melody doesn't play at all, so that's a little bit weird. I hope they fix it. This was a pretty dumb change. The next thing that I myself find extremely annoying, and I've seen a lot of people complain about it, is when you talk to a character, before you could just skip through the dialogue by pressing X, or you press X, and then basically you exit. But now, like in certain options, you have to press X and then you have to press circle because X doesn't exit from the dialogue anymore. At least that's for PS4. I mean, it's gonna be different buttons for different controllers. The point is, now you cannot just spam one button. You have at certain point click a different button. That doesn't seem like a big issue, but a lot of people had muscle memory and they got used to a certain way of skipping the conversations, and this new way actually can trigger you to select an option that you didn't mean to. So that's a little bit annoying. I still find myself pressing wrong buttons all the time because my muscle memory got used to a different way of doing it. So small change, no idea why they did it. Nobody complained about the way it was working before, but I hope they fixed it in the next update. The next thing I've seen a lot of people complain about is camera inside the mines. I honestly didn't notice that big of a deal. It's pretty difficult to make a good camera inside a very tight space that will like circle you perfectly. Really difficult, and I don't think they did it bad. I've certainly had worse, but for example, if you like inside a corridor, it's like in there's certain moments where it doesn't look that great. But honestly, I think it's a very minor issue, so I don't think it's done bad. There's probably some improvements that could be made, but it's definitely not the worst thing I've ever seen. Another bad change that I've seen a lot of complaining about in the comments and in social media, and also the one that I personally absolutely agree, is the change when your stamina goes low. Now we have an interesting little animation. The whole screen becomes very gray with like little red tints on the side, and it looks like you're dying. It looks like you're taking damage. Like, look at this. It looks like you're about to die if you don't eat immediately, even though it's only stamina. You can perfectly like run around and do pretty much a lot of things without having any stamina. So, and then this effect disappears, so it's only like happens after you try to do something. I don't know. I don't like it. Honestly, I don't see the point of it. It's literally look like you're about to die. And after you eat, it doesn't disappear immediately. That's the thing. It takes quite some time for it to go back to normal. If you triggered it, like the whole animation is going to play out no matter what. So it's not a giant deal, but it's something that, again, nobody asked for. And I have no idea why they decided to do it. Like, why did they think it was a good idea to add this animation? And now for the final thing, it's probably the biggest thing and the one that is absolutely devastating for many players is the fact that we can no longer craft. I'm sorry. It's the fact that we can no longer buy craftable items. So I made a whole video about it recently where I said, do not craft items. You can literally just craft one item and then go to Scrooge's store and buy it. That's how I used to buy lots of, for example, lampposts, because those are always needed. I used to buy a lot of those trellis. I have like 60 of them that I bought. There's a lot of these torches. All of them require gems, wood, fiber, sand, like metal. A lot of very, very difficult to grind materials. And if you want to decorate a whole village with a certain item that is craftable, you're gonna need to shell out lots and lots of resources. And before, again, you could just craft one lamppost, and as soon as you unlock it, you go to the Scrooge's store and you can buy it. That is no longer an option. Every single item that you can see in craftables right now on your workbench is no longer possible to purchase directly from Scrooge. Which I kind of understand why people are frustrated. I have kind of mixed feelings about it, because it kind of felt like it was an exploit of some sorts. Like it felt like crafting in this game was pretty much useless. You just craft one item and then the rest you just buy. It just, ooh, I like these. Let's buy a few of these. It felt like it was like very, very underwhelming. And now crafting is going to be one of the most useful things for the end game if you want to decorate your village. You can still buy lots and lots of items in multiple quantities, but not all of them. And in my opinion, it's kind of it kind of balances itself out a little bit, because you can still certainly get lots of items. Like you don't have to craft absolutely everything in the game. You can buy a lot of things. I would say most of things in Scrooge's store, but there is also a crafting aspect that makes actually gathering resources and grinding in this game worth something. You're gonna have to do a lot of that grind. Oh, that is creepy. That is very creepy. Oh my god. Okay, Scar. It just makes, like, the new change makes crafting much more viable and much more useful and much more of a time sink. But honestly, what else would you do in an end game? It's grind resources, and then what do you do with those resources? Normally nothing. Normally you could buy absolutely anything in the Scrooge store. Now, for some items, you're gonna have to work a little bit harder than the others. It's just gonna make it more satisfying to get the resources and put like hard work into getting those items. So in my opinion, I understand why people are upset, because we went from easy to hard. But honestly, in my opinion, that feature should never have been in the game to begin with. That's why nobody would ever get disappointed. It just makes sense. Some items you obtain by buying, some items you obtain by crafting. It makes sense. In my opinion, that's how it should have worked from the start. And in my opinion, I understand why people are upset, because we had it, now we don't. But if you think about it, it feels kind of unfair for people who managed to stock up on those items while you could buy them. But honestly, I think they fixed it early enough that in the long run, it's not going to matter, because in a month, most of the people will forget about it, or some of the newer players would never know that that feature used to exist. So everything will go back to normal. I only managed to buy maybe like 100 items that are craftable. Most of them were chests, which is the easiest thing to craft. So it's not like it gave me any kind of huge advantage. But I think it's now fair. I do believe that gathering materials, grinding, and crafting should be a very big part of the end game. Or at least there's not much other things you can do in the end game once you've done all the quests. I'm still hoping they're gonna introduce some kind of event quests that are gonna be rotating all the time, introducing new items that you can win or unlock by completing those quests. But for now, I don't mind to grind for some iron if I want to craft a bunch of lampposts, because it's not like you're gonna need unlimited amounts of those items. You just need enough to be able to do what you want to do, and I'm willing to put a little bit of work for it. But I'm still going to put it as a negative change because a lot of people are upset about it. I was also upset at the beginning, but then when I thought about it some more, I think it's fair. It's not pleasant, but it's good for the game, in my opinion, in the long run. Anyway, guys, these are the most bad things in the current update. I also want to mention that a lot of people are saying that now they have more crashes than before the update. For example, I've seen a lot of reports by Xbox users saying that now the game crashes even more often than before. Switch has problems. I thankfully play on PC and I don't have any crashes. I do have the glitch where my teleporters sometimes disappear, and I have to restart the game, but it's not that big of a deal. And again, let's remember, game is still in early access. There's still going to be multiple bug patches, and by the time the game goes into full access mode, I'm sure all the bugs are going to be patched. So I'm still pretty happy with the update. It's nearly impossible to make an update without introducing a few new bugs and making a few features that people don't like. Some of them might be good for the game in the long run. Some of them is just annoying and weird. So we covered all of them in this update, and I'm curious to hear your opinion. What do you think are the worst features introduced in the update? And yeah, leave a comment. Let's have a discussion. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Subscribe for more content. I'm looking forward to 5,000 subscribers so I can make my best outfit yet. Maybe I'll even do it live during the live stream. We're gonna design an outfit. I think I'm gonna design a whole outfit, like pants, top part, and a hat, because 5,000 is a huge milestone. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.